Very good day, everybody, and very happy New Year 2022. We have survived yet another year around the sun. I am your personal funky sim pilot still. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. And we're standing here at the fuel box in the PMDG DC-6 Bravo. I believe this is the Bravo variant. And we're at Guatemala at the Aurora International Airport for a short little flight into the Toncontín International Airport, which is also in Guatemala. It's about a flight of approximately 1 hour of flight time. And I will momentarily I'll be going over the flight plan. We'll just be flying simple VOR to VOR. It's early morning here in Guatemala. We chose early morning for today's flight, and we also chose clear skies. So I hope everybody has a good New Year, and I wish you many more New Years to come after this. And if you don't care about that stuff, then just hopefully you're happy that you lived yet another day. It's all a matter of perspective and what we choose to count and what not to count. Well, obviously there's some rhythm involved there. Like the year and the heartbeat, they are all related. There's, I believe, some 12ness to it, and who knows what more. As I always say, I'm a simple man with just a very complex psychology. So let's leave the philosophizing to the great philosophers who are still among us. That is. So we're standing here at the fuel box. We got the Aviateca Guatemala livery. I believe this particular livery is probably out of service. Not really sure. I'm doing some really swift research with the attention span of a goldfish, so well, it wasn't really too successful. You can add this to my list of ignorant qualities. The intention was there, but the result was poor. Anyway, so I believe they actually these days they're called what are they called now? Avianca. I think it's called Avianca now. Callsign is still Aviateca, and not really sure if they're actually still using this livery. But I really like this livery very much. It was made by someone on the flightsim.to website. Go and check it out. This is my absolute favorite livery for the DC-6. Just love the colors. Just really cool. And I do not know the name of the creator of the livery, but it's on the flightsim.to. So I will go over the flight plan in a little bit, and not too complicated. Well, I would hope. These VOR stations are quite far apart. We'll be trying to cruise at around flight level 120 or 12,000 feet really. I could not find any other VORs in between these 2 points, so it's just the way it's going to be now. So basically we have we're starting here, let's see, it's the Yankee Sierra Victor, should be this one right here. And then we go to the Tango November Tango. So there is some high elevation. It's always good to take notice. Like from quick glancing, it looks like in this sector 8,600 is the highest peak. Here you have 89, 69, 75, 69, 81, 74, 99. So I believe at the 12,000 feet we should be fairly fine. Could maybe have a look here. Is anything? No, just 4,000. Should all be fine, I guess. So yeah, so it's the flight plan in short. You can see it put at some airways. Fortunately, in this case, they are the same. So probably these airways are already based on VR to VOR in this sector. So we do not have to worry about it. We just dial in the frequency, and I believe it would probably be best if we dial in the frequency for the departure first, which is the 114.9. But we'll do this in a little bit. For now, let's just get the airplane started up. And for this, we will use the ever so friendly and helpful artificial flight engineer. Because as you know, this type of aircraft is usually, let's give the guy a seat, usually this is operated by 3 pilots, or 1 pilot flying, 1 pilot monitoring, and you got a flight engineer sitting here in the seat in the middle. And 3 people are actually just operating this plane for the entire duration of the flight. So yes, but obviously since we are only one of us, this was very helpful of the team of PMDG that they included a artificial flight engineer on the tablet that comes with the installation. So let's have a look at what is our weight. So are we going to do baggage and passengers? You know, let's just do it. Can we do that here actually? I must admit I never do this. Okay, so number of passengers, so let's just go, let's do a couple of passengers, not too much. There you go, 32 passengers, and how many pounds? So let's say around 50 pounds per passenger for the luggage. So I don't know, let's just go to about oh wait, that's a little too much maybe. Well, let's go 190 pounds, it's not too much. And maybe some extra stuff as well, so let's just go 250, that's peanuts. Which would mean that we are looking at a gross weight of 83,964. It's probably going to be a wet takeoff then. Not really sure. We can check this. In the meantime, let's get the artificial flight engineer to do the before start checklist.
Completed. Voice recorder. Tasted. Oil coolers and cow flaps. Water in position. Fuel and fluids. Checked. Pressurization. Set. Manifold and duct pressure. Checked. Radios. Checked. Doors and hatches. Closed. Door warning lights. Out. Gear pins. Removed. 3 on board. Seat belts and pedals. Adjusted. Throttles. Set to idle. Propellers. Forward and 3. Before start checks complete. Start engines.
Okay, so the before start checklist is complete, so we can now start the engines ourselves. So let's just put in the VORs. Already put in the first VOR, which is the one that we're going to fly away from, which can also be very nice and convenient if we want to know how far we are from this one, basically. The beginning it did say how long this leg was, but now no longer does. It's a little bit confusing why it does it sometimes and why it doesn't. Not sure of maybe deleting the airway. Oh wait, it says the distance here as well. Because of it's an airway probably, so 97 nautical miles and 112. Yeah, so hopefully they're powerful VORs. And so this one was Ilopango, it is 116.5, so we put this in 116.5. For now I'm going to put it in the nav number 2 box, 116.5, because I'm not really sure if it's going to pick up yet. We will do this after we start the engine. So let's go ahead and start up the engine now. So what they usually do, they prepare it for us for the first engine, which is in this case number 3. And they also have the spark, it's already on, the engine selector is on, and the fuel booster pump is set to low. So all we need to do now is click the start button. We'll start counting the blades.
6.
At around 9 we do the prime.
9. 12.
We do the boost. You can hear, we cannot see it, but you can hear the engines running. You can check for yourself. This is engine number 3, engine number 1, 2, 3 and number 4. So number 3, it now has fuel pressure, it has oil pressure which is rising, oil temperature is also rising. So let's go ahead and start engine number 4. I always like to start with this mixture right there. Engine selector number 4, provided with the spark, and obviously the fuel pump goes to the low position as well. And you click the start and you do the same thing all over again.
3. 6. 9. 12.
So there you go, you got engine number 4. This one we can actually see. Right there it is. Lovely, 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 good stuff, good stuff. Engine number 2, because that is the order that you start them in this aircraft. 3, 4 and 2, 1. Basically you start on the right side, and you also always start from the inner engine. So in this case 3 and then 4 and then 2 and then 1. So we now select engine number 2, get the fuel pump going, give it some spark, and did we already that's engine number 2, right? Yes, okay. So let's start it up.
3.
So it's counting the rotation of the blades.
12.
Whoa. Looks like you were just in the nick of the time there. So now we go engine number 1. Full mixture. Give it some sparky. Engine number 1 selected. Wait for these two to click back to their original starting position, and then we repeat the process one more time. It starts counting the rotation of the blades. 6 rotations, around 9 you can do the prime button, and from 12 you do the boost. Excuse me, and it should start running. And you can hear, and here you can also see engines run. Look at the shaking. It's just really done so cool, man. Just don't know why, but I love it so much. Okay, look at all the panel, everything is shaking. Pretty cool. Okay, so we got the engines going. Let's reduce the sound levels here on my end a little bit before I go completely deaf. So we do the after start checklist. So while they're doing this, we can see the VOR here is picking up. Let's check the VOR nav number 2. That is not picking up yet, so that is why I chose to put the first VOR at where we are at now, put it here on in F1, so at least we have one point of reference. So I will show you. So because we have to go here, and it will be a certain length. In this case, the length would be about 97 nautical miles, or 98 almost. But we would have no way of telling if here was no VOR present. But luckily there is one, so we'll just use the DME and see how far we are from this one. But at around halfway, this one should start picking up anyway. But it's a good, it's like a backup system, you know. It's like you have two plans that work for one goal. So that's always good to do. So we got this. What else? You can do the before takeoff checklist as well. Let's have a look outside. This is the parts of the runways we're going to be taking off. So we do the pushback and probably, from the looks of it, we drive onto the runway, no? Let's have a look externally. Oh, there is a little taxiway, what do you know? Okay, good stuff, that's what we're going to do. So we just push back and you follow the yellow little line there, and we get onto the taxiway. And we take off on, it is runway 20, was it 28? Yeah, 20, that's what I had in my head as well. But it's very easy to say once you already saw it, right? Okay, so let's get back into the flight deck here. So they're now setting the transponder, landing lights. They're looking for the button. There you go, they found it.
Before takeoff checks complete.
And the before takeoff checklist is complete. And all that rest is the takeoff. I'm not really sure when to do the wet takeoff. What has to do with the weight of the aircraft. But I think 83,000 pounds we can probably do the wet takeoff. It won't kill us probably. Speaking of getting us killed, let's look at the maintenance managers, because engine damage does actually occur in this aircraft. They did a really cool job. I've had problems once, and it appeared that I had to repair some of the engines. The engine health is still in green, so let's just be adventurous and just take our chances now. So we're going to be taxiing, so let's close up this window for now. We'll not be needing it anymore. And we'll be a lot quieter on the flight deck as well. This aircraft is always a little bit of a challenge. It takes some getting used to. It's modeled really nicely. When you take off, you don't pull back on the stick very much, just barely enough, just about enough so you lift off from the runway, and then you actually start picking up speed a lot more. And then once you pick up the speed a lot more, you will retract the flaps. In our case, one of our colleagues, invisible colleagues to the right, will do it for us. Let's give that guy arm seat as well, arm rest. And yeah, they will retract the flaps. We will start picking up a lot more speed, around 160, 165 knots, and at that point we can start climbing from, let's say, from around 1,000 feet per minute to around 1,500 feet per minute, and we will climb to about 12,000 feet. After taking off, we should also start worrying or considering the directions we're going to fly in. We'll have a look. It should be, it does not say on the chart here, but it should be around, let's say, 90, 180. I don't know, let's say around 140 or something. Maybe we can see on the chart. I'm just checking off the screen now. Nope, no clue. Let's long as we fly the outbound radial, the correct outbound radial, but that's the whole point. Which one is that going to be? Let me show you the chart. So basically what I'd like to know is which is actually the heading going to be. Usually it will say so. Now it does not. So we'll sort of have to eyeball it. So if we think this is 180 and this is 90, so it's 100, 110, so 120. Let's just do 120 and just take it from there. So which means we should now be ready for the pushback. I will try and remember just turn on all the anti-icing. My apologies about the poor readability of the text. I had some problems with the sim and had to actually reinstall it. So I'm sort of working my way back up again. So right now the settings are at mostly at around medium, which for this purpose is not really cool, or not really too cool, because this can get definitely a lot more clear to read. But for now we'll use it as it is. So here we are, and so let's do the pushback now. Got the nice little pushback modification. This was also downloaded from the from the flightsim.to website. So we go start pushback, and we have to release the parking brake, obviously, and we go reverse. And there you go. We start pushing back. And we can also steer. You can use the rudder if you want. Just give a little input and it will just steer it for you, which is quite convenient. You can also, with your mouse, use this slider here. You can adjust the tug speed, but with aircraft like this, you do not want to go too fast. If you have to stop all of a sudden, you will get a tail strike on the concrete there, which is pretty far from what we would like. So this should be about enough. Could have gone further to reach actually this line with our main gear, but okay. So we're going to stop the pushback now. So thank you very much to the tug, the invisible tug in this case. And you can see we're already starting to roll. So let's just keep on going then. And sit up a little bit higher. And let's also hope for a good landing. I did one off the channel, or just in the flight sim, wasn't streaming or anything. Well, a friend was watching, and the landing was actually really cool. So lately, when I flew this aircraft on the stream, on the channel, well, the landings were not very nice. The approaches, they were all fine, but the actual landing was not that great, and I would make a UE on the pavement and everything, like on the runway. Strangely enough, it never detected it as a crash, which I'm still puzzled, because I always fly with the 100% realism settings. Obviously, otherwise there's hardly any challenge. But yeah, so not really sure. We should go left here. Yes, so let's brake a little more. There you go. We can go about a little more RPM. There, about 1,000. So let's just we're just slowly taxiing. Oh, that is really slow. Let's have a look here. Yeah, that's a little too slow. But like once you reach like 1500, you actually, I believe you probably might even start damaging parts of the aircraft. Well, while you're doing stuff like this on the ground. But I must say, this looks like a very slow pace to taxi, really. You will, with this aircraft, you will definitely need the entire length of your runway, because it takes some time to get up to speed. Our rotation speed will be about 104 knots. See if we can zoom into that. Our weight is 8085, so let's go for around 104. Should do the job. Okay, so this person looks like they're getting a brainwave. Well, we will not be able to pass here. Could you please move your vehicle? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So here we are in Guatemala. So we are at the Aurora International Airport. It serves the Guatemala City. There is the windsock, but really we do not have any wind, and you can also see it there. It's just hanging like a man had just thought about the wrong woman. Okay, so we're getting there. The runway is right here. So let's get ourselves lined up now and try not to go too far into the runway. Because as I said, you would, if you can, you want to use every inch of the runway that you possibly can. Okay, so the speed brakes, the parking brake is set now. So we're going to request wet takeoff in a minute. Let's have one more look at the nav2. Nope, it's not there, but it's perfectly fine. So we said we're going to do a heading 120. So maybe we can set this to 120. Let's have a look how this is going to work out for us. It is now in the VOR2 range, if you will. VOR is, well, let's just put it on 120, see what's that going to do for us. Probably after takeoff, after about 1.5 nautical miles, this up arrow will turn into the down arrow below. It will indicate that we are flying away from the set VOR. And from then we should be able to get the needle in the middle here on 120, I would hope. Do not want to confuse myself any further. So we don't believe we have any other checks for ourselves as the pilots for today's flight. We do have the artificial flight engineer for that purpose. So we got the nav2 ready there and the nav1 ready here. So let's get going. We're going to do a wet takeoff.
30 inches stabilize. 30 inches stabilize. Stabilized. Tail flaps. Cowl flaps.
30 inches manifold. The cowl flaps are being set now. Now they're going full power. So the cowl flaps are all closed now. I believe, shouldn't they be open just a really tad little bit? So once we reach full power, we will disengage the parking brake and we'll start moving forward. We will lift off ever so gently, try to remain 1000 feet per minute climb rate. And then we will, well, we'll take when we get there. Let's just go. Our rotation speed will be about 104 knots. So 80 knots. .100 knots, so about 104, so let's gently lift off now. Easy, just pull back on the stick a little bit.
Positive rate, gear up.
Positive rate, gear is coming up. Let's trim it a little bit. So we can let go of the stick.
Gear up, lights out.
So let's aim for about 1000 feet per minute climb.
Flaps up.
So here come the flaps, and you will see the speed in the left here will start picking up significantly now. It will reach around 162 or something. So let's just keep it at 1000 feet per minute, or at least try to. There's definitely some mountains here in the area. So we just keep on climbing and we will set a heading. So have a look. Oh, just go easy on the climb there, Arkady. Easy, easy, easy. Not too much. Never panic. Always stay cool. Climb power is being set now. What I will do is turn on the gyro pilot, which is the autopilot for this aircraft. Basically now it's holding the current heading, and we will now go to a heading of 120. So we should go to the left. We're going to use this button for it. We're flying away from the VOR, that's good. Once we are at about 120, we're going to click a little button which will tell the autopilot to maintain this current heading, which will be around now-ish. There you go. Should be around 120. It's trying to keep 120 for the heading now. And let's see, can we... Where is the VOR at? Not really sure what we're doing with this one. As long as we're flying 120, that's what we're doing, so that's good. Our speed is good. We're still climbing through 7,100 feet, and we're aiming for 12,000 feet. Mountains ahead of us, but we should be able to outclimb them. And our climb speed, we can maybe increase it now with this button right here, or the wheel. A little more, at around 1500. That should be fine, something like that. Speed's 180, it's definitely picking up. Let's have a look outside. There's Guatemala City behind us. This is us, in case you wonder. Beautiful livery. Really beautiful. Okay, so let's just get back into character. Let's have a look and see if the There you go, nav number 2 is picking up. That's our VOR that we're flying to. So what we're going to do now is, how do we tell which? Maybe, let's not overcomplicate things. We put in 116.5 in the nav 1 box. 116.5, we activate it. So that is step number 1. So if we click here the nav 1, there you go. And we put in the heading, should be around 120 then. It seems to be working out, so that's good. So what we can do now, we tell the autopilot to fly localizer mode, and it will now start following this ground track of 120, and we just simply monitor the distance, and we monitor well, nothing else for now. We're fine, we're still climbing. Let's have a look outside the window. So greetings from Guatemala, everybody. So what we do now, we wait until we reach about 12,000 feet. Once we reach 12,000 feet, we will select the second option for the gyro pilot, which is the altitude control, and it will then go ahead and maintain the current altitude. We are still climbing. We are now climbing 1,000 feet per minute. I guess it's actually fine with looking at the speed, and the rate is fine. We're almost at 12,000. So what we'll do, let's have a look at the chart and look up the final VOR. So we should be somewhere on this line to this airport here, and then once we arrive here, we will put in the final VOR, which will be Tegucigalpa Toncontín, which is 115.4. Or which one is this actually? Let's see. TNT is 112.3. That's the one. 112.3. Let's put it in here for now. 112.3. And let's keep this one in here for a little bit now. 104.9. Maybe we can also put it here. 104.9. Put this there. So if you want to check what our distance is from the last VOR, we can also still do that because we have the frequency there. But yeah, we put in on the nav2 112.3. And we could have a look just because we're curious. See if it's picking up by any chance, but we're still too far away, which is perfectly normal. So we're 77.6 nautical miles range from the next VOR. Our altitude, we're above 12,000 feet, which is okay. Let's just keep it at just 13,000, which is also okay. Let's have a look outside. Looks nice, definitely looks nice. With regards to the peaks there, well, looks like we might hit them, but it's always a little hard to judge. But judging from the charts, we should not be hitting them. So 13,000, so let's just see if we can now just engage the altitude control. And this will bring the nose down a little bit, and will settle at 0 feet per minute climb or descent. Speed should start picking up, and we will ask the artificial flight engineer now to prepare for cruise stage.
Cruise power, please. City cruise power.
Looks like we're still on the course.
Cruise power is set.
So that's always good to see. Alright.
Cruise checks are complete.
Okay, so the cruise checks are completed. So the next will be descent. And then you get the in range and the before landing and all that. So let's just get this out of the way for a little bit. You see speeds picking up, it's around 200 knots now. We're 63 nautical miles range. Looks like we are still on the course, on the correct ground track. That's good news, so that looks like everything is under control. So I would assume we'd be around here. There's an airport right there. A little military airport, a little city. And a peak of, looks like it says 40,000. Surely that's not the case, is it? Yes, that's some very inspirational in-flight entertainment music. we are cruising, everybody. Cruising into the new year of 2022. And we'll just see where we go from here. Some real in-flight entertainment by the pilot for the pilot. Because obviously I'm the one playing it, so you know what, Tommy. Yes, that's enough of that. So let's have a look. Where are we now? Uh-oh, did I crash the sim? No, not yet. So speed's about 200, it's a little above. Range is 38.7 nautical miles. So we are at 2/3 into our leg towards our first VOR there. There's a little lake. Maybe we can see if we can find it on the charts. There's a little lake to the left as well. So let's have a little look. Excuse me there. So let's have a little look at the charts. What am I doing? Just stand by 1 second, because this looks a little off. I guess it's fine. Okay, so where were we? This chart, well, something definitely looks off here. It is this one, isn't it? Let me see if I can fix it, man. Just going to keep it as it is now. Okay, so the charts, we had a lake to the left, could be this one, and there was one sort of in front of us. Okay, so that was that one to the left, this one is in front of us, and this peak there, 7,000, and there's a little city, there's another peak, around 5,000. There is a big city and there is our VOR. So what does it look like in the real simulated world? Where does the water go? There you go, there is the water. Oh, that looks cool. Looks like a crater, impact crater. Would not be surprised. And then there was a peak not too far. There, sure. There's another natural body of water. Okay, so we're still flying. It's good. And here it also does not say a heading, but I would assume it's about, let's have a look, 90, 85, 80, 78 degrees. There's something really bothering me here, so stand by 1 second. Can we break it? There, shall we break it? Did we break it? I'm not really sure it's what I'm doing. It just looks a little bit off. You can see in the lower right. Maybe put this down just a little bit more, perhaps like this. I think I'm happy. Okay, sorry about that. Sometimes we need to be a little bit obsessive. Otherwise, we have no life. So range is 18.3 nautical miles, and the VR2 should definitely be picking up. No, definitely it should not, apparently. So no problem, we'll fly outbound radio. The heading was 078. Oh, we still got 16 nautical miles left to go. And then after that we should try and work out when to start our descent. And again, let's have a look at the chart. We are 2 nautical miles from the runway. We could maybe fly from here, that could be nice, we'll be lined up. So this leg is about 112 nautical miles. Oh. That also looks like volcano kind of crater thingy. Okay, volcanic crater perhaps. It's a pretty landscape here. I'm liking it. the most beautiful chord ever, followed by the second most beautiful chord, and the third most beautiful chord, and then we fall asleep. That's enough in-flight entertainment for now. There's also what might look like a volcanic peak there. Oh, 2 nautical miles from where you are. Let's see if we can see it. It's also high. Here's the airport. It's probably here at the airport. Could be that white thingy there, but it should start counting up now. 1.9. Is it still going down or not? So we're going left, heading, yes, there you go. And do we have the second VOR now? Nope, we do not. So we go left, heading 078. So we turn off the localizer, and we tell the aircraft to just turn left now. It will start turning left. Once we reach 078, which should be 07. There's 90, so let's eyeball it at around here. Let's have a look. So it's, there you go, that should be sort of okay. Looks like we're flying 60, 70, 80, yes, we're about 80. See the put this on 078 as well. Have to mute the microphone there for a second. Okay. So we're flying heading 078. And now we hope to be receiving the VOR signal soon. It should be a leg of about 112 nautical miles, so it could be that in about 12 nautical miles when we reach 100, maybe the signal starts picking up. So it was 112 nautical miles from the previous VOR. So we already traveled 13 nautical miles now. So maybe if it's sitting at 100, it would pick up, but it is not. So maybe from 75 nautical miles. But the the direction should be fine. Let's go a little more to the left. This might be a little better. So yeah, I've been flying with this aircraft a couple of times on the channel, and at some stage I completely forgot to turn on the anti-icing system. and we reached certain altitude, and it got so damn cold up here that the windows completely froze. You could not really see outside of them. And then obviously I quickly turned on all the anti-icing I could find. Did not really seem to help immediately, and at some stage I was just checking the map and the navigation, like we are now basically, but then without any visual from the outside, and just looking at the map and figuring out, well, we should be here or there, and there will probably not be mountains now because we are crossing a serious mountain range, and then just decided to descend without actually being able to look outside of the window. And then once we started reaching closer to the ground, then fortunately the air temperature started to rise enough so that the ice would dissipate. And the ice then started to melt. Yeah, we could see outside of the windows again. So yeah, that was an interesting lesson to learn. So we're 27 nautical miles from our last 3 hours, so let's do 25 plus 12, so let's do 37 nautical miles. We could check now since we're here, but it's not picking up yet. The next VOR, that is. We might even go a little more to the left, so let's just do that. Let's try it from here. So there's some water here and some rivers. It looks pretty cool. Let's have a look at the map. I'm curious to see what it looks like on the map. So we should be here, I would assume. Maybe we're a little more to the south. There is a city, could be dead ahead of us. There is again what looks like a volcanic kind of ridge here. This one to turn it off, there we go. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I always like doing these flights where I do not really know the area. 38 nautical miles, so let's see, was it 75 range? There you go. So 73.5 nautical miles. So let us... So we switch back to the gyro pilot and we demand flight localizer setting. And we'll now start following the this needle. Let's not go too quick, because it should not yet. We need to be flying 112.3. We need to go a little to the left, but not too much. And it seems about 078, doesn't it? Yeah. You need to sometimes just turn it off and on, or at least that's how I do it, for it to sort of recapture. But then it looks like it's capturing now. You can see the dip in the wing. So speed's a little over 200 knots, which is fine. Altitude is 13,300 feet. And the range to the destination is 67.5 nautical miles. Now, our destination is Mike Hotel Tango Golf. Mike Hotel Tango Golf. So let's have a look at the charts and get some information. Two runways, 2 kilometers long. Start the engine. Okay, and there's the military area, so we should be going to the left if we land on to the north. So we do have some approach charts. We'll not be technically using them, but we can get some information now with regards to the altitudes and the terrain surrounding the airport. And I would also like to know the airport elevation, which should actually be on the taxi chart if I'm not mistaken. And it will definitely be on the approach chart, so let's just go there at once then. So let's say we choose to land on runway 02. Let's try VOR runway or whatever, or approach. So there's the VOR. Okay, so what do this? Airport elevation is 3,307 and the runway is 3,288. So if we start flying at around 6,000 feet, then we are 3,000 feet above the ground. Yeah, so 6,000 should probably be what we're going to aim for, judging the altitudes that you see here, 5650, 4,000. Okay. So now when to start our descent, I prefer to do it a little early. There is a way you can calculate, I always forget. Let's prepare for the descent now. Better a little earlier than a little later. You do not want to be sitting in an airplane like this when you're doing a high energy approach. So descent stage is going to be set now. And what we will do, we're still on the course, that's good. Disengage the altitude hold. And we request to drop the nose 1000 feet per minute. Not unimportant, let's look ahead of us. It might become a challenge. Let's have a look at the chart. We should be around halfway. So yeah, let's aim for about 6,000 feet. And this bit is only 2 nautical miles. So we might need to deviate a little bit to the right once we get a little closer. What do you say? So for now we're descending, speed picking up a little bit, which is perfectly fine. Rate of descent is a little under 1000. For now, let's have a look. Let's keep it like this for a little while. The range is 44 nautical miles. Let's see, our nose is pointing down. And that's the way these aircraft they descend. Like in an Airbus, you simply put the engine to idle and you just glide on down, basically. Aircraft like this, they work differently. So you keep on your cruising power, basically, and you just descend until you reach like a steady level, like a set level. For in our instance, in our case, about 6,000 feet. Once we reach the 6,000 feet, we will do a level flight again, and then from the level flight we will then slowly decrease our speed to get the appropriate approach speed. So the range is now 38 nautical miles. It's been a while since I streamed on the channel. Been working with a colleague, Spencer Edgards, doing some music. So yeah, so that was obviously time consuming. Let's reset the altimeter, see if that makes any difference. It does not. That's probably because we're at 299 anyway, because I set it in the sim. So we are definitely getting a little bit closer to some elevation. It's a beautiful yellow color, just totally love it, man. Now I wonder if these mountains are going to be a problem. Our range is now 33.5 nautical miles. So that should be about 1/4. So let's say around here. 3,000, 4,000. Yeah, hopefully I'm not mistaking the altitudes here. We could maybe until we get over this ridge. Let's do that. Just go easy on the descent. So we decrease our rate of descent to around, I don't know, 200 or 100 feet per minute. So it's definitely a lot slower. This is our indicator. Judging from this angle, not really sure actually. Let's just maybe just get past it first. So the range is 26.6 nautical miles. So we'll probably should probably be around there, the airport. So the Aurora should be there, and then 2 nautical miles to the left. That could be the airport, but not really sure how far this all is. I'm going to descend back to 1,000 feet per minute now. The range is 23.3 nautical miles. Altitude 7,800 feet. That should mean we should be almost at around 3,000 feet above the ground, judging from the airport elevation. So we're coming up at 7,000 feet, and we are 17 nautical miles. So let's see if we can now maybe do gyro pilot, and we go a little bit to the right. We're almost at 6,000 feet. Let's do straight, can we? Yes, we'll be flying straight now. Coming up at 6,000 feet. It would be nice if this needle goes through us and to about 2,000 0 degrees. Let's keep the altitude here. There you go. We're definitely on the low side here. Obviously with wetting the needle. It's a little scary, really. There's zero visibility with regards to where the runway is. Then we got all these mountains, because at the very last moment I decided to deviate from the path a little bit to get some more time to stabilize the approach path. So if we keep monitoring the needle, the thin needle should start to point at 020, and if we then turn left, we should be flying straight towards the VOR and straight on the runway heading. So for now we should be fine here. Let's see, can we do the in-range check yet? Let's be brave and try it out. Hopefully we do not crash, people. It's slowly turning to the left there, the needle, so that's good. Okay, so the in-range checks are complete. The terrain is getting low, but should be sort of fine. See if you can turn to the right a little bit more. The reason for that is to see if we can kick the VOR position a little more to the left. .7 nautical miles. Let me just get something over with here. There you go. This is a little better to see. So let's maybe do a left turn. Can we do localizer? Is it going to turn left now? Let's have a look. That should be sort of alright. Now what's the range? Because it says all of a sudden it jumped. Oh, that's why. There you go, 12.9. Should be fine. So we should be flying straight towards the VOR momentarily, but not really sure where the runway is. It's around 12.6 nautical miles, so it should definitely be visible range, but could be there perhaps. What's the aircraft doing now? Okay, we should be there-ish. Wow, man. This looks scary as hell. Could that be the runway? Here. 10 nautical miles. No. Well, these hills are definitely going to be a problem. So what's the situation? We are flying straight to the VOR and we are also sort of at the correct heading. So let's see if we can go up a little bit. Not too much. We do not want to fly into these wind turbines. Our current speed is still fine for us to climb at 1000 feet per minute, so it should be okay. Let's keep it at 1000 feet per minute, please. A little up. This is an interesting flight. Now, where is the runway? My hope is it's around there, so we got some more time. Range 4.6 nautical miles from the VOR. We're flying straight towards the VOR now. Would that be the runway there? That could very well be. That would make sense. So let's see if we can. Okay, stand by. So we go descend a little bit. Let's do the before landing. We are slightly high. Let's turn off the gyro pilot. The alarm, that's fine. Gear is coming. We trim it down a little. Turn left, and I believe that's the visual on the runway. Our speed is fine, it's a little high, but not very high. But we do have some altitude to bleed off. We'll reduce the speed a little bit if we can. And get some more flaps in. We might have to try and do a pattern. But let's first see if we can eyeball it. This is definitely not the most professional approach. Look at the hill, man. What the hell? Or is it visual messing with me? I don't think it is. Okay, speed's now really dropping. It might become a little dangerous. There are some trees. We are lined up. Try not to hit the trees, please. Here we are. We should be good. Okay, we touched down. Not precisely on the runway. Let's brake. Well, it does look like we made it. It was a little bit of a scary approach, I must admit. The flaps can go back up. It was a little bit scary. It was not how I wanted to touch down. I wanted to touch down more towards the center line, obviously. Let's vacate the runway. As I said, we should be turning to the left because the right side is a military area. We are prohibited from going there. Okay, so let's just stop here for a second. Let's do the after landing checklist. So we definitely made it down alive, people. So welcome to the Toncontín International Airport in Guatemala. Hope you enjoyed your flight. Let's open a window. Looks like the weather here is quite pretty. Get some fresh air going. So here we are. So there was definitely an interesting approach. There was some confusement. That looked like there was a hill and then all of a sudden a drop, but it turned out it was just my brain playing the tricks on me. Well, let's park up here. A little further. That should be it. Maybe a little further then. Nah, let's keep it here, I'm good. Okay, so finally we made it alive. So once again, welcome to the Toncontín International Airport in Guatemala, everybody. Let's do the parking checklist. So the engines are now be cut off. And here we are. I got the seatbelt signs and the no smoking signs. So that was definitely an interesting flight, interesting landing. I'm quite happy we did not crash. It was not the most pretty landing, but you know, it was kind of better condition style landing. Obviously you should do a go around and fly pattern, so I was just being lazy. But we made it down. Hopefully you do not have the post-traumatic stress syndrome or disorder or whatever it's called. Windows still open here, right? Yes. Can we open the doors? Let's get everybody out. Go to the ramp manager, which is right here on the tablet. Here request a front cabin exit. The seat will open. There's a little stair sitting there, and you just fold them out. It's pretty cool. You can just see them go here. There you go. We just walked right through this seat here. Let's not do that again. It's bad for your health. But before we go out ourselves, obviously, let's take care of our passengers for today's flight. Well, let's also open the cargo holds and the main cabin exits and the main cabin stairs. Preferably first you get the cabin stairs there and then the exit, obviously. You do not want to have passengers standing at the open door. So here we are, people. Thank you very much for checking it out, the flight. And well, I'm looking forward to seeing you again at some other stream right here on the channel. I got plenty more to come, and all sorts of different types of aircraft, and also maybe some more music. So that's it. Here we are finally. Beautiful airplane, really beautiful airplane. Okay, so that's it. I'm your personal funky scene pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I'm looking forward to seeing you another video real soon. Thank you for checking it out. Everybody have a really good day. Thank you. Bye bye.